Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, it's time for another installment of the Doctor Spell Prognosis. We are talking about the Cantrip, also known as a zero-level spell, True Strike. An absolute flop. And if you weren't paying attention, no, I'm not giving this an A-. I'm giving this a pretty solid F. This is the only F I think I've given so far. We've had some flops that are Ds, but I'm giving True Strike an F. I would never make this as a choice. All right, let's go over this. It's usable by bards, sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards. So it is useful, can be taken. I'm not going to say it's useful. It can be taken by a wide array of classes. It's a cantrip. It takes one action to cast. It doesn't have the greatest range. 30 feet is not the greatest range. It does have a good component, so it's a somatic component that's just one. It lasts for one round. The biggest strike against this is it's a concentration spell. That's a big strike. That's strike number one. It's divination. There's no attack or save. So you point your finger at a target in range, and your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses on your next turn. So not the next turn, but on your next turn. So you got to wait a whole round before you can take advantage of this. You gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that the spell hasn't ended. Provided that your enemies haven't gone, ooh, look, he's concentrating on a spell. Let me whack him and make him lose his concentration. Or you have to wait a whole round for all of your compatriots in your party to go to town on whatever opponent it is, and then you may not even get a chance because it might be gone. I mean, even as a, say, if you're a blade singing wizard, you could cast this spell as part of your attack at 6th level and get advantage on the second attack, but why would you do that? You can just attack twice. And that's the same thing as rolling 220s, essentially. Why wouldn't you just use Firebolt this round and Firebolt on your next turn? That's 220s. Or Eldritch Blast now and Eldritch Blast on your next turn. Or if you're 5th level, 2 Eldritch Blasts now and 2 Eldritch Blasts later. So, the only thing I could see this possibly having any remote use is if it's because it says you point your finger at a target in range. It doesn't say you point your finger at a target you can see in range, just that you point your finger at a target in range. And they leave that phrase "see" out of a lot of spells. So some spells say you point your finger or you target a creature you can see. This doesn't say that. So maybe you point your finger at a target in range that's invisible, and that allows you to get advantage or to cancel out the disadvantage you're going to get on your next turn. That is, if you get to go. That's the only thing. And that would be such a circumstantial aspect of this that I think that might happen like once every, 10, 20 games. So I don't give this good marks. I'm giving it a solid F. I would not take it as a choice. And I appreciate everybody tuning in.